All aboard for the C&C Railroad. This annual setup in Greenfield is a free gift to all the young at heart.
Well, my friend Steve Chappell started myself in trains, and we and him has put this together as a joint venture, and we run our engines together.
This year's show boasts 30 locomotives pulling 367 cars.
It's just, I like the different pieces, like the Coca-Cola train, something that's different. You know, like I got a Rocky and Bullwinkle car. It's something that you don't see very much anymore. Some nostalgia stuff.
The train show takes place on Easter weekend when Jimmy and Steve have leave from their regular jobs. The trains represent several different companies and bring back the memories of childhood.
Okay, they're all O-scale. We have Line L engines, we have MTH engines, we have K-line engines, and we also have Williams engines. We have different track diameters as far as in the curves to make them run better. The smallest curve is 27 up to 54.
Toy trains entertained kids as early as the mid-1800s, but were mostly pull toys or wind-up mechanisms made by German clockmakers. In 1901, as homes began wiring for electricity, Joshua Lionel Cohen became the first American to build a toy train. He added a small motor and battery to a simple gondola car and sold it to shop owners as a marketing tool. When he noticed people playing with the car, he saw the potential, and America's favorite train, Lionel, was born.
When people was kids, they always they seen the trains, but they never did or could afford to buy any trains back then. Because more likely the trains that people bought, everybody in rural areas and stuff, you see them in the bigger cities. You see trains all the time. In the rural areas, you just see one passing by on the track. And I figure, well, the people got more interested as years go on, because when they growed up, they wasn't probably able to have any trains or purchase any. And then later on in life, when they're adults, well, I like to have one, but I just don't have time to do it or have a place to put the train. And now the youngsters are more interested in trains because of shows like we have and other shows across the country, you know, like big model train shows. And they got a train depot in Jackson that has a small display in the back. And we went to a show in Nashville one time and had a whole huge bottom floor of just displays running.
Who can ever forget that special Christmas morning when your first train sat under the tree waiting for its young engineer? This is my Lionel train with my sister and her new doll looking on.
Looked in the Sears wish book, and I always wanted to have a model train going around that Christmas tree. And so that made you want to have a model train. And finally I just got the urge when my partner over there said, well, I've got running G-scale, and then all of a sudden we all switched over to O.
So here we are on Easter weekend, kids of all ages watching the trains and remembering and dreaming of our own railroading experiences.